It's time for another episode of What's Crap on WhatsApp. We're the voice note show that investigates the crap in your WhatsApp groups.
I'm Kate Wilkinson from Africa Check, the continent's leading fact-checking organization.
And I'm Paul McNally from podcasting company Volume.
This week, we're looking into 3 messages that have been doing the rounds online.
First, are 1 million kids trafficked each year in South Africa?
Second, do photos shared online show children in cages who have been abducted?
And third, is there really a billboard out there that says you can kill whites in South Africa?
Let's find out.
What's first on our list today, Kate?
First, we're looking at the serious issue of human trafficking. It's been making headlines in South Africa recently. TV presenter and DJ Lerato Kanyago recently tweeted a startling number.
What did she say?
She said that at least 1 million kids are trafficked each year in South Africa.
Whoa, that is a scary number. But is it true?
So, Paul, this figure is terribly exaggerated. The closest number that we could find was from the United Nations for the year 2000. It estimated that 1.2 million children were trafficked globally that year.
Okay, so that's not SA, that's across the whole world. So I know Africa Check has previously fact-checked similar claims. In 2013, you found that there was no evidence to show that 30,000 children were trafficked annually in South Africa. And, maybe I should have asked this earlier, but what qualifies as human trafficking?
According to the United Nations, human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harbour, or receipt of people using threats, coercion, abduction, or fraud, and it has to be for the purpose of exploitation.
And what do the statistics show?
In its most recent Trafficking in Persons report, the United States State Department, which is responsible for carrying out foreign policy and international relations, estimated that in 2018, around 25 million people were being trafficked worldwide.
So that's all people, not just children. Do we have South African numbers?
The same US department reported that South African authorities had identified 260 victims of human trafficking in 2018. Of those victims, 201 were men, 21 were women, 34 were boys, 3 were girls, and 1 was of an unknown gender.
Now, this is a serious issue, but it looks like the claim that there are 1 million children trafficked in South Africa every year is closer to crap than truth.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's next, Kate?
We have another human trafficking claim.
Wow, okay, so what does it say?
So, a message shared on Facebook in South Africa says, we need to bring more awareness to these horrific tragedies.
And it looks like it includes 2 photos. One that shows what appears to be a child in a small cage, lying on their side wrapped in a silver thermal blanket. You can see her dark hair in a long ponytail and the soles of her shoes on the other side.
The second photo is of a row of 8 more cages on the concrete floor of what seems to be a warehouse.
Jeez, yeah. It says that children are disappearing by the thousands, I'm sure into child trafficking, sex trafficking, organ harvesting, cheap labor used for experimental drugs / treatments, and many others being sexually abused by staff. These are some pretty scary scenarios. So do these pictures show human trafficked victims, Kate?
No, the images are actually from a protest art installation in the US city of New York in June 2020.
Art? It's an art installation?
Yeah, that's right.
The art is meant to call attention to the plight of immigrant children currently being forced to live in cages in detention centers on the southern border of the United States. The global art market newswire ArtNet News reported at the time.
It said that each of the sculptures depicted a small child draped in a foil blanket and huddled on the floor of a tiny cage, with the real audio of crying children who have been separated from their families.
Okay, so those aren't actual children, right?
No, they're mannequins. The pictures are not of real children or of human trafficking victims.
And yet, even though this was meant to be art, it got transformed into a piece of misinformation and put out over WhatsApp.
And meanwhile, it's just total crap.
Okay, so what have we got last today, Kate?
It's a zombie claim.
Okay, those are the claims that keep coming back, no matter how many times you debunk them. Tell me more.
This claim was fact-checked in 2019, but it's still doing the rounds this year on WhatsApp. It's an image of a billboard that says, "You can kill whites in South Africa." It appears to be a screen grab from WhatsApp.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, it looks like someone got out the old Photoshop on this one. The billboard's text has clearly been manipulated.
Yeah, anyone who gave it a second look would be able to see that. The billboard itself actually turns out to be real, but the text on it has been altered.
It's a manipulated version of a real billboard erected by Doctors Without Borders in Liberia to give advice to rape victims.
The real billboard told rape victims to seek free treatment immediately at the Claratown Clinic.
So the image encouraging the murder of whites in South Africa is fake.
Yeah, and a reverse image search would, within seconds, have revealed the origin of the image.
So it's crap then.
Total crap.
That's all the crap we have on today's show. So now you know what's crap and what's not.
Your friends and family can sign up for our show over WhatsApp. It's really easy. Just save our number 082 709 3527 and then send us a message to confirm.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts, from Apple to Spotify. If you listen there, you'll find show notes and a link to the fact checks. You'll also be able to take a look at the screenshot of the fake billboard that says you can kill white people in South Africa.
Our theme song is composed by John Bartman. I'm Kate Wilkinson.
And I'm Paul McNally.
Bye.
Volume.